Hey guys, it's been a minute. First of all, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. I have tried to film a video a couple times over the last like 5 weeks or so, and I just haven't. I'll sit down, turn on the camera, start talking, and then turn off the camera and walk away. I just haven't had it. I haven't been in the headspace to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. And I'm sure that some of you can relate to this. Sometimes it's easier to do stuff for other people than it is to do it for yourself. As an example, I have a much easier time cleaning someone else's mess than I do mine. Jeff might probably disagree though. I wanted to do this video because something that I've been talking about with friends over the last couple of weeks is that it seems that now, while we're all stuck at home, and I know I'm not saying that we all have money to spend, and a lot of us are really watching. And in fact, everybody on Patreon knows that I paused payments through April. I didn't know that I wasn't going to be necessarily making content through April, but I knew that even if it's just $5 a month, $10 a month. So by the way, yes, I'm on Patreon. Links in the description of the video. I just wanted to. It's my way of saying thank you, and it seemed like the right thing to do in the middle of all this to not say, "Hey, give me your $5" or whatever." But I know that there are some of us who aren't necessarily struggling financially as much as others, and you might be looking for something to buy for yourself, something to treat yourself. And I think that now is the time more than ever to reach out to small businesses, small business owners, independent businesses, local businesses, and really show them your support, because these are the people who are getting hit the hardest by having to shut their stores and not being able to interact with their customers. So in light of this, I picked two of my favorite stores in Seattle, Washington, and I'm going to talk about some of their products, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that they have. And I will include any information that I think you need in the description of this video if you see something that you wanted to pick up, or if you want to check them out. Website, contact information, all that will be there if you need it. I'll also be talking about it. While we talk about this stuff, we're going to be talking about perfume today, and we're going to be talking about jewelry, which should be no surprise for some of you who have watched my channel for a while. You know that Erica from Hitchcock Madrona, which is an accessories boutique in Seattle, is one of my best friends. And she's been on the channel before. We got our wedding rings from her. Jeff got my engagement ring from her. And I have a fair amount of pieces here. She's actually, because the storefront is closed, she's actually offering 20% off everything that's on the website. So anything that you see that's on their website, 20% off. It's all over there. Check her out on Instagram. I will, of course, include links, because she's also been posting a lot of stuff that's not necessarily on the website that you can check out as well. And some of this stuff also is offering a discount. I don't know if everything is, but I do know that everything on the website is, and a lot of the stuff on the website is a lot of my favorite stuff. It's all sort of their core collection. These are things that they've designed that you can only get there. And that's what I want to show you today, because she's a good friend of mine and I really want to show her some support. And I hope that some of you do too. And when we're done with jewelry, we're going to talk about fragrance. So don't leave, because there's some cool stuff that I wanted. Jeff and I have been doing every anniversary we pick out a perfume for us to share. I have both of the fragrances for the last 2 years that we purchased from Parfumarie Nasreen in Seattle, which is the other store that I'm going to talk to you about. And some of the packaging for this is really cool. And a lot of this is fragrances this isn't stuff that you see on the counter at Macy's or anything. So this is some more obscure things. And I love talking about perfume. So we're going to talk about some perfume. I'm going to start this though by talking about one of my favorite products from Hitchcock Madrona. This is the first thing that I ever bought from them. This is a Druzy quartz ring. This one is sterling silver and black with these sparkles. This is so pretty. And they have a variety of these in different sizes, in different colors. This is sterling with this brown earthy. And then I have a rose gold with this white. It's a jumbo one. When I see these there, I think they just look like candy, and I want them in a dish, and they just nom 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 nom. Occasionally they will do ones like this. This is a pyrite one, and I saw on Instagram that I believe that she has some in right now. This is quite cool. It's not sparkly, but it's a really neat, it's very, I don't know. I think this is like super rock and roll. These are incredibly comfortable, though they are big. They're statement rings, so you're not gonna be shy wearing this. Every time I go in there, I wanna get something for myself. And I always say, it took me years. I'll just talk about this next, because why not? These heart necklaces that she makes. So pretty. So like, they're super delicate. And I wanted one for a long time, but every time I went in to get one, I would end up getting another Druzy ring. But I finally did get one. And this is the medium size. They also come in a large, which I don't have. And then they just started making a mini, which is super, super cute. But these are quite cool. They're a lot of fun to layer with other things. My other favorite item that she offers is the cuff. Now, these come in 2 sizes. I have this in sterling. I also have it in copper, but the copper's not made anymore. Jeff has a thin one in copper, and I will show you what it looks like just so you can see the size comparison. These are thick, sturdy, but soft leather that just like the more you wear it, the better it feels, and they're so cool. These also come in a gold tone, so you can get them in sterling or in a more of a gold tone. I tend to not wear gold jewelry. Kind of makes my skin look green. I have very cool toned skin. You can see how that looks. It's an awesome piece. If you've been watching Making the Cut on Amazon and you've seen Esther, it's like the kind of stuff that you see her wearing. Those like big, chunky, like just like they're almost graphic looking pieces. So this is something that I fell in love with as soon as I saw, and again, it took me a while to buy because I just ended up buying another Druzy ring. I have 2 of these. These come in 4 colors or finishes. You can check them out on the website. I have the sterling silver and rose gold. And this is their shark tooth cuff. So named because, and there's a story behind it that Erica can tell much better than I can, but these are actually molded from actual shark teeth, the sort of spikes here. So this I like because it's a really cool kind of variation on a spiked bracelet, but it's organic looking because it's teeth. So I think this is kind of awesome. The only thing you have to be careful about with these is that it's not they're not sharp. They're not like really sharp, but I have dented tables before. If I've like been at a coffee shop and there's a wood table and I put my wrist on it and I get up, oh, there's holes in that table. Oops. And the last item that I'm bringing out is another one of my favorites. This is the Tomboy Flip. Now, this one I did not pay for. This was something that Erica made for me and gave to me in a very sweet, very friendly moment. It came with some really kind words that was really nice. So this was a gift of hers to me. And it's not their official Tomboy Flip. This is sort of like a version of it, but this is the one that I have. The one that you can get on the website has tags on it that says Hitchcock Madrona, and it comes in other colors. Mine has this kind of copper chain on it that I quite like. But this is designed to be sort of flipped around so that you can wear it multiple ways depending on what you want to do with it, and have the different, it's like 3 tones of metal, and have them kind of displayed in different ways. Now mine isn't as contrasty in color tone as the ones that are on the website, but it's colors that I like. So that's kind of why she did it. Like I said, 20% off the website right now. I know that that's going on. I have a list of a couple things that I'm going to be getting. I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're not all for me. So if I do and someone happened to watch this, they might figure out what I'm doing. So I'm not going to tell you, but I do have a list of some stuff that I'm getting. Erica doesn't even know yet. Hi, Erica, I need to call you. I'll do that as soon as I'm done with this. So the next store that I want to talk to you about is Parfumarie Nasreen. Now, this is a fragrance store in Seattle. They are closed right now, but they are shipping orders. I called the number, and right now it is being forwarded directly to Shilpa's cell phone. Shilpa runs the store. She's the person who I've dealt with the most. She is insanely nice. She's so sweet and so helpful, and so she loves her job. I love people who love their job. And when you go there and she's like, try this, and then you say, oh, I kind of like this, I'm not sure about this. Okay, try this. You see the gears start working in her head, and she's like, now try this, now try this, now try this. And it's so much fun to go in there. So much so that the first time I went in there, and I had been wanting to go for a long time, but sometimes with me, my anxiety, it's hard to get into like the city. So it took me a long time to get in there. And when I did, I had such a good time. I remember when I left, I hugged her, and she didn't look offended at all, but I realized, I'm like, oh, you probably shouldn't just reach out and hug people that you don't know. But I was very happy to be there. It had been a long time coming that I wanted to go, and I wanted to buy something really cool for myself. So it was a fun experience. So for the most part, I think most of my favorite fragrances have come from there, the ones that I own. And part of it's the experience of buying it is so much fun that the memory is attached to it. And that's a good portion of it, though I'm not saying that these aren't outstanding perfumes, because, oh yes, Opus 10 by Amouage. This is me in a bottle. And I would say, if you're curious about this, don't look up reviews. They're very polarizing. People seem to like this or hate this. What I'm going to say is if you are a fan of rose at all, do yourself a favor and check this out. It is a very interesting take on rose. I find this to be not overly floral or old lady. It's not like an old fashioned rose scent, which I don't mind, but it doesn't have that can sometimes get right in here and give you a headache. It lacks that. It's green, but it is not green and fresh in the way that Aaron Lauder has is Rose de Grace. I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm not swallowing my R. I can't do any kind of accent. That's okay. I do Melba. That's about it. That's Doris. What did you do to your hair? Is that on purpose? That's about all I got. This is more of a dirt like green rose. I just find it beautiful. And it's one of the fragrances that when I wear, I can't stop smelling. A little goes a very long way, and it wears forever, which I don't necessarily care for. I'm saying that kind of as a warning because I actually don't mind things that sort of wear and sort of go away because I like to change my fragrance with my mood. So in the morning I might feel one way, but by the afternoon I might feel another. I like to be able to mix things up that way. So it doesn't bother me if something doesn't wear forever. The other one that I really love is Mon Bloom by Ramon Monegal, and I've talked about this before. This is This is an osmanthus balm, is how I describe it. An osmanthus or sweet olive. It's I think that's what it's called. It is an animalic floral. Osmanthus smells somewhere between a horse barn and apricots. That's kind of where it sits. If you can conjure those two smells in your head, it's fruity and a little funky. That's what it smells like. And that's got a lot of it in it. So what I really wanted to show you though were the two perfumes that Jeff and I have gotten for the last 2 years, our first year anniversary and our second year anniversary. I'm going to start with the one that we got for our first anniversary. And I have Enlightenment by Rare Air. The package is right here. It's a book. It's quite cool. It opens up and then it's got this, which has this pull out, which talks all about the brand creator. It's got like family photos. It's really neat. The artist who did the cover. This is a Washington-based company. The woman who runs this is in Washington. The woman who paints the covers for this is in Washington. This is very female focused. It's a really cool brand. This is, and I'm not going to read notes. If you know me, if you see me talk about perfumes, I don't really like to read note descriptions. You can look that up if you want, but those are just really impressions, and fragrance is something that's so personal, and I like to share my own associations with things and the stories that those conjure up, and you might relate to them, you might not, but it's fun. So this, oh my gosh, this smells so nice. This to me is very smoky. You know, there's that one, what is the company that makes that like by the fireside that's like a marshmallow? That's disgusting. I know people love it. I think it's gross. I don't like that awful sweetness that it has. This is that without that horrible sweetness. The thing that I have found makes this so amazing though is how versatile this is. So I love layering this with anything with a lot of sandalwood in it is beautiful. Amber, beautiful. Anything that you would essentially buy an incense stick of and burn, you can layer this with because it ends up just smelling like burning incense. It's so pretty. Second anniversary. This was the one that we got. Now I'm showing you this because the packaging isn't necessarily fancy, but it's rather extravagant. This is Tabac Royale from Royal Crown. And this is like, it's just like sing when you open it. This comes in like this, I think this is like leather. I don't think it's velvet. It's like this like leatherette kind of bed that it sits on. And this bottle is beautiful. This is probably not far off the mark from Enlightenment by Rare Air. But oh no, it's different. This is tobacco. And like just like the most yummy tobacco smell, and I mean like that fresh tobacco that's like licoricey and sweet, but not. I don't mean like it doesn't smell like licorice. It doesn't smell like something that's super sweet, but oh, it's so beautiful. And this is one that is not overpowering. So this is something I can spray on and I'm not going to be overwhelmed by the smell of this. So But I mean, come on, the bottle is beautiful. There's a variety of these from this company that they started carrying there not long ago, and and my hope is that it's not the end of the world, and we'll be able to get out of the house at some point and get something for our third anniversary this summer, which I would like to take a look. They just Parfumarie Nasreen just launched their own atars, and you can, if you look at their Instagram, there's a variety of videos where they're talking about them and the different smells. The bottles are beautiful. They're just gorgeous, and that's something that I think would be a lot of fun if we can find one that we like. I've already made the decision. I haven't even talked to Jeff about it, so for his vote. But if we find something that we like, I think that would be a lot of fun to get. Because it's something that they're doing there that's like sort of their own. So check them out. Check out Hitchcock Madrona. Say hi to Erica. Erica, I'm gonna call you in a minute, and I will talk to you guys soon. I hope that this kind of gets me back in the headspace. This is why I did this. I figure I can do a video for some friends of mine, some businesses that I like, and maybe that will kind of pull me up out of wherever I'm at and give me kind of kick in the butt to make some more content. Yeah, because I like doing it. It's been rough. So I hope you all are well, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.